so many things that need to be invented right now, like this circular shower that rinses you from every angle. I hate it in the shower when you're like, you're washing your front, but then your back is cold. All of you, everywhere, warmth. Or if you like cold showers, you weirdo, but then you can be cold everywhere too. Electromagnetic dumbbells that adjust their weight automatically. What? You can just set it. You don't have to be like, I need like 10 different dumbbells. One needs to be 5 pounds, one needs to be 10. No, this one, it changes no matter what. A highlighter that fades in 6 months so you can actually sell back your textbooks. This is brilliant. Like, how many times do you have a school textbook and you're like, I can't write in it, but it would help me so much for studying and for school. Now you can, because this in 6 months when you're done school, it fades so the next person can use it and use their fading highlighter too. This is brilliant. Now, this would only suck if like you wanted it to stay and you accidentally used the wrong one. Like you'd have to be like, this is my fading highlighter and I can't mix it up. Shoes that turn into shelters. What the? I'm okay, guys. I don't know about you, but I don't need this in my life. I don't see why I would ever need this in my life. Why would anybody need this in their life? It's so weird. A hamper, washer, dryer, all in one unit. Oh my God, so you just throw your dirty clothes into the hamper, but it's really just a washing machine and dryer. Actually, you know what? Washing and drying machines do exist and they suck. They don't work as well. They do not wash your clothes as well and they do not dry your clothes as well. A hybrid date and stapler gadget, which would be perfect for teachers. Perfect teachers, no use for me though. So we're gonna keep moving on. A towel rack that dries your towels and disinfects them. What? So you never have to wash your towels again? It's just like with lasers, it's like zap, bacteria gone. So you can keep drying your hands, drying yourself after a shower, put it back on, and it's clean. This saves so much life. So much life and time. A reverse microwave that makes things cold fast. Why doesn't this exist? We have microwaves, but what about cold? There's nothing worse than like, you're like, I really want to drink this drink, but I just bought it and it was been sitting in the car all day. It's hot. I just want it to be cold. I want this drink to be cold. Now it can be. Or like you want to make a iced coffee, no problem. Different types of car horns. They should have 3 different types, guys. One, a polite little beep beep. That's so cute. Beep beep. It's like, you're in my way. I'm not mad at you though. Like, you're in my way, I'm not mad at you, could you just please move to the side? Like sometimes like it's like people honk and it's so aggressive, but they're not trying to be aggressive. Like you're just literally in the way. 2, an anger honk. This is like, you almost killed me, you mother trucker. I'm like a very like zen, chill person. I don't actually get mad. Like I think Jordy's only seen me mad once this whole time we've dated and it was deserved. And I'm so sorry honk. Right? Because sometimes like you messed up. Like sometimes you mess up and you really want to be like, I'm so sorry for almost hitting your car. I'm so sorry for running over your tomato. And then you gotta have the I'm so sorry honk. Guys, I like this. I feel like this would cause an argument though. Computer screens with vitamin D. Oh my God, this would fix so much issues. Like so many people that don't go outside and just sit at home and record YouTube videos all day. Talking about myself. And then some people who just sit at home and play video games all day. Like this isn't a perfect solution because it's just like you're enabling the situation, but at the same time, at least they're getting their daily fix of vitamin D. This is brilliant. Let's invent this. A water sterilizer for cleaning fresh fruits and vegetables. I just rinsed mine under the sink. Why does this water look so foggy? This has actually happened. Is this how dirty my fruits and vegetables are? Because like there's been the odd time when I'm like, I'm too lazy to wash this. Don't judge me. There's probably lots of chemicals on there you shouldn't be eating. A floor plan light switch for people who have big houses and are too lazy to walk to rooms that are far away. I'm actually surprised this doesn't exist. This is really cool. You just click on the room and you're like, oh, damn it. I'm already in bed, but I left the kitchen light on. So you just press the kitchen and the kitchen light turns off. Like it would glow if it was on maybe, so you would know. And I feel like lazy people would save so much electricity this way. A coffee cup that catches drips and puts them back into the cup because you can't waste that little drip. That drip needs to be drinking. This would work great for ice cream cones too. The dripping ice cream gets sucked back in so you don't waste any ice cream. Like, because you're always sitting there, you're trying to lick. I've done this too when I'm spilling drinks and it's like you're trying to lick it off more because you don't want it to land on you than like you're trying to savor that last drip. But it's a win-win, guys. No spilling on your clothes and you get to drink it again. Boots for short people. Perfect for washing cars and getting things from high shelves. Need this in my life. I'm like 5'5", sometimes getting things from tall shelves. It's annoying. I usually just ask Jordan to get it for me, but it'd be a lot easier if I could just have these boots lying around and I get it myself. I would have so much fun with these. A solar-powered AC that'll cool your car while it's parked in the sun. Brilliant. Guys, there's nothing worse than going into a car after it's been sitting in the sun for hours. You walk in, you're like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Unless you live in the Arctic, then you have no idea. An oops button on the elevator. If you accidentally press to go to the wrong floor on an elevator, long press the button to cancel. This is brilliant, because then you have to wait for that floor. And you're like, I didn't mean that, but now you can take it back. But I feel like people would mess with each other. Like somebody would press their floor and you'd be like, long press. Prom dresses with matching ties. This is so cute. That way you and your prom day kid match. Exactly. I don't know, when it's like you're trying to match and the colors are a little off, it just still looks a little off. A treadmill with a laptop built in. So this, basically what's happening in this one is the treadmill, when you're running, you're generating internet and your downloads are downloading as fast as possible. But if you stop running, you're losing internet. Your internet is shit. I would be so fit. Like I would do anything for internet, guys. Like internet's my homie. Like I need internet. I would run like I've never run before. Sprayon Rapi paper. This one's my favorite, guys. This one is my favorite. Look how cool it is. Perfect spray every time. Like it would perfectly wrap the box. Or sometimes, you know, you get a gift and it's an odd shape and you're like, how the hell am I gonna wrap this? I know how to wrap boxes, but weirdly shaped, I don't know what you're wrapping. Can I please have this? This would make everything so much better. And then everybody's like, oh, you did such a beautiful job wrapping it. And I'm like, oh, don't thank me. Thank my spray-on wrapping paper. A transparent hole punch. If you guys have ever hole punched a paper, you know how annoying it is because you can't see where you're hole punching. Half the time you end up with like a little, it's like half off the page, like a little half moon, you know what I mean? And you're like, great, this hole is not gonna do shit for my life. Waterproof books. Why are books not waterproof? I want to read in the shower, in the pool, in the bathtub, in the rain. I wanna be able to spill all over my books. Hello? Figure it out. Why doesn't someone invent a clear toaster so you can actually see how toasted your toast is while it's toasting? See-through oven, right? Because you're like always like trying to peer and let's be real, you can never really see what's happening. And they're always in the back, your cookies are getting burnt. And nobody wants burnt cookies. Everybody wants perfect, chewy, little bit crispy cookies. Where are the cookies in my life? Anyways, back to toast. Your toast would never burn because you could just look at it. If it burnt, then that's your fault. Now you can't blame the toaster anymore. This one, guys, I think is my second favorite. A personal vending machine that only lets you pick one item a day. So you put all your junk food, your chocolate bars, your candy, your chips, your soft drinks, whatever it is that you have zero control over with, because if you're anything like me, you have zero self-control. I have zero self-control. If I go out and buy a thing of chocolate, I will just eat it that day. And it's like, great. I don't have any chocolate the rest of the days and I have a stomachache. But this way you can control. You can be like, you set an amount, you're like, I only want you to give me like 1 bar or 1 piece or whatever it is that you've set your limit to. And this vending machine, it will listen. It will never give you more than what you asked it to. Brilliant. And if you really want something else, like if you have friends over, you can just go to the store and buy it. I need this in my life right now. A toilet seat with a pedal. They should do this in all public restrooms because it's always like, you're like, oh, someone just wiped their butt and flushed, and now I have to flush. And I don't want to touch that thing. And I always get toilet paper and flush because I'm like uber paranoid about germs. But now you don't have to be paranoid because you just use your shoe and everybody uses their shoe. Why doesn't this exist in public restrooms? I'm sure it exists somewhere in the world, but majority of toilets I've seen, actually all the toilets I've seen, it's always on top of the toilet. We do have some automatic ones, but sometimes they don't work, you know? Like sometimes you're like, automaticness? Why aren't you being automatic? And then you're like, damn it, I have to press that little button. Dies. Washer and dryer with text notifications. Oh my God, my life is different. My life is different. Seriously though, why don't they invent a washing machine and dryer with a system that texts your phone to alert you when your clothes are done? So many clothes would be spared from wrinkles. It's true. I would still leave it in, but now I can't blame the dryer. A mirror that saves past reflections? What? You can compare reflections to see fitness progress, skin health progress, and how tall you've grown. That's so cool. I was like, why? And then I read this. I'm like, that is cool. Like you could like do like a time lapse of your life. Oh, but then like, what about all the times that like you stood in front of the mirror naked? Like that's like recorded. This could be dangerous. This is like how like celebrity news would get leaked for sure. People would just like break in and steal the mirror. Okay, I take it back. I do not want this mirror in my life. Dear cell phone companies, please invent an unsend my text option. This is true. Like they have it on Gmail. So if you send an email, if you're really quick about it, like I think it gives you a couple seconds and you press unsend, it doesn't send. This should be an option. Like you even have it on Skype where you can like delete a message and it doesn't show up anymore. Sometimes like you send things by accident. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, like accidental text sent, it happens. Pizza delivery cars should operate like ice cream trucks and have spare pizzas you can purchase on the spot. Yes, and then they need their own song because the ice cream truck has its song and the pizza guy would have his own song. So you could be like, oh, that's ice cream, or oh, that's pizza. And you could just like run down and get your ice cream or pizza. Oh, I want ice cream now. There should be a movie rating based on how awkward it'd be to watch with your parents. Oh, this is so true. I remember because when I was younger, me and my family would always on Sunday nights have movie nights. So we would all go to Blockbuster. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if you guys remember it, if this is like that old, but it was like you could rent movies there, like physical movies, and we would go and we'd rent like 2 or 3 movies and we'd have like movie night and we'd watch all of them. But then there'd always be like that one time that there'd be like some awkward sex scene or something, and like me and my sister would be sitting there with my parents and like nobody would be commenting on it, but we'd be like all like awkward, like this is happening. It's all just like, you know, I don't know. So like this would like rate awkwardness for watching with parents. It's good. Facebook should add a feature called breakup, so you can immediately remove all traces or even slight connections to your ex. Damn, this is like when you want to forget them and like never talk to them again. So it's like, it's gonna delete all mutual friends because you don't want to see their friends anymore, or maybe not, I don't know. This has to have levels. Like how pissed are you at this person? Like you don't want anything to do with them, or you just want all the pictures of them removed and all their comments. Because you don't want to like be all like heartbroken and then you stumble across like a comment that they made and you're like, oh, the memories. An easier way to text sarcastically. I wish sarcasm was available as a font. Oh my God. This is so true. Like sometimes you like say things to people and you're like, you don't want to be serious, but then they take it the wrong way. And what if they never tell you? Then they'll forever be like, what a bitch. And it's not even their fault because texting just can be misconstrued. A Safe Track app. Oh guys, this is so smart. Instead of like, sometimes like you don't want to call 911 if it's not an emergency, right? But sometimes you're like in a fishy situation. You're like, is this unsafe? Like I'm not sure enough to call 911. But then what if it ends up being unsafe? Then you could press this button and it would like, it wouldn't call the police, but your location would be sent to them so that if something did happen, they would know where you were. Like it's like a GPS thing that turns on for a bit, like sets your pin or whatever. So then when you feel like, okay, it's fine, you can be like, okay guys, fine. And they could check in on you. Like if it's like, oh, we haven't heard from them in 5 minutes. Like what if they're not okay? And then they send somebody to look for you. I think this is brilliant. Or like you could even do it like somebody, like one of your family members, like when you're like walking home from school, maybe you have to walk past a bad neighborhood or something so they can like track you. It's so smart. A chair made of pages? What? This actually looks like weirdly comfortable, and you could set the comfort. Like you could be like, I want a lot of padding in my back, or I want a lot of padding in my butt, or I want equal padding. This isn't the most useful invention we've seen on the list, guys, but it's not bad. A levitating sofa that stays put via a giant magnet. Pretty much they're asking you to invent a friggin' cloud for your house. I'm so down. Look how comfortable this thing looks. And like, look how like majestic she looks. Like I feel like you'd just be sitting there and you'd be like, yeah, I'm an angel. What's up? Oh, I need this. An extension cord that lies flat on the ground so you don't trip. Why doesn't this exist already? Extension cords are the bane of my existence. You always have to put them like throughout the house, and then you're always dying because you trip over them, breaking everything. Not this. Why doesn't this exist? Bath stones that keep your water warm for a long time. Yes, because you're always in the bath, and then like eventually it gets cold, and then you have to pour more water in. But this would just keep the water warm. But would you burn yourself if you touched the stones? No, because it would be the same temperature you liked as the water. I like this. A gadget that converts chalk dust into new pieces of chalk. Brilliant. It cleans and it reuses. A memory foam chair that feels like you're floating on air. Ooh. This doesn't look as comfortable as but it probably is. I like it. But where is this one? It must exist somewhere, right? A toothbrush that doubles as a dog toy. Right? Because, like, dogs don't let you brush your teeth, but now he will. Because he just thinks it's a toy. You trick them. You're like, here's a toy. Meanwhile, I'm making sure your teeth are all clean. Well, there you have it, guys. Let me know if there's other inventions that weren't on this list that you're like, this needs to happen right now. And let me know in the comments. I want to read them all because this is so interesting. I'm just like, now I'm thinking of all the things that I want in my life that don't exist. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.